Liberal Dan Radio presents
Fat Man Rant.
With this whole fork in the road letter BS that they're talking about, with Donald Trump trying to illegally get rid of people or trying to con them into retiring or resigning so that they don't have to illegally terminate their contracts and positions. Part of it is that they want people to stop working from home. The concept of that people shouldn't be able to work from home is bizarre to me. And that's not simply because I work from home. It's because there are many positions that don't require you to work in an office. If you work at a call center, you can work from home. If you're a software developer, you can work from home. There are many positions that you could have that don't require you to come into an office. There's plenty of ways to communicate with your fellow employees. There are so many meetings that could simply be emails. And then you could have Zoom meetings or other virtual meetings via Microsoft Teams or any other form of technology that exists out there to have a group of people have a conversation about important issues without needing to be in person-to-person contact. They talk about the Department of Government efficiency, but working from home is more efficient. You use less gas because you don't have to commute to work every day. You save time by not having to commute to work every day. It would save money because you don't have to pay for electricity for the buildings. You could actually probably sell off the buildings and make a profit out of them and actually use that money for other things. Trump could probably buy the buildings from the government for his own thing, make more hotels. I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't agree with that idea, but I'm surprised Donald Trump didn't think of that before coming up with the stupid idea of stopping people from working from home. Hell, I even asked conservative radio talk show host Jeff Crouere earlier today about these issues. And I was like, what happens if somebody has a disability? It's harder for them literally to get out of their house, to drive their car, to get transportation, to go to work, to have the work have accommodations for them, and then to get home. It would be much cheaper for the employers, i.e. the federal government, to allow them to work from home. It would be much more efficient for them to just simply be able to work from home. But requiring a disabled person, or a person with a disability, to come into the office just makes it more difficult on them. It makes it more difficult on the employer or the department or that the employee is working for. Jeff Crouere said, oh, well, maybe there could be exceptions or exemptions made to enable people who have disabilities from working from home. But that's not what Donald Trump has done here. There's nothing in that page, in that letter, that says, if you have a disability, we may consider making an exception for you, or we will make an exception for you when it comes to the working from home bit. He, again, is swatting flies with hammers, throwing the baby out with the bathwater, whatever cliche you want to use. But he's making it so that these people fall through the cracks. Because with all of these executive actions, or most of them, he has taken actions where he hasn't taken into consideration those minor cases. And maybe it's because I am a software developer. Maybe it's because as a software developer, I do think all the time about so-called boundary conditions. If you have a program that works for, most of the cases, it also needs to handle the exceptions, the things that don't happen, but still might cause the program to break. The same thing should apply for laws, for public policy, etc. When making those public policies, you shouldn't just design them simply to deal with the general cases. You should design them to also be able to properly deal with those boundary conditions, those outside rare cases that still might happen. You should make sure to do that, but they don't, because again, he's swatting flies with hammers. And in reality, when I work from home, because I'm a work from home person, I want to make sure that my work is better. I want to prove to my employer that letting me work from home is something that's beneficial to them, because they're saving money on office space, they're saving money on whatever power I might use, they're allowing me more time to work from home, which means I'm available more often because I don't have the commute to happen. And again, I'm going to want to prove to my bosses that I'm working correctly, that I'm giving them what they're paying for so that they can't fire me. So I'm absolutely going to make sure that my work is, 100% as good as what I would give them if I was working in an office. And the fact that I don't have to work in an office probably means that it's going to be easier for me to make sure that the work I do is just as good, if not better, than the work I would do for them in an office. So the entire thing, the entire stopping people from working home BS is BS. Because there's no reason for many of these people who work from home to have to now come into the office unless you're trying to do outrageous shenanigans like the Trump administration is clearly trying to do. What are your opinions? Agree? Disagree? Leave your comments down below. Remember to like the video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and unless you're a Nazi, have a good day.